afternoon, depending on where you are. How are you all doing today? Blessings to you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Let me get this thing correct here. All right. So we are live everywhere now. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I pray this day has met you with some grace. I pray this day has met you with the blessings that you deserve in the mighty name of Jesus and some that you don't deserve. But nevertheless, we just bless God that we are here, that we made it another day, y'all, that we made it another day. My engineer is running a little behind today. I told her I was gonna tell on her. I told her I was gonna tell on her because the one day she get paid and she don't want to be on time. She don't want to be on time. But to God be the glory. We still, are here. So welcome to Remnant Mentality Ministries. My name is Angela Hendricks. I am the senior leader here. And look, this is where God is equipping the saints, educating the saints, empowering the saints, and encouraging the saints all at the same time. And you don't want to miss anything that we're doing. All right. You don't want to miss anything that we're doing. So if you have not already, go ahead, like the broadcast. Go ahead, share the broadcast, follow the pages. All right. If you are on Instagram, hey there, Tashira, how you doing? If you're on Instagram, if you are on X, if you are on Facebook, you gotta like the page. You gotta like the page, then turn on your notifications. The other ones, you gotta follow the page and then turn on your notifications. And then if you are watching us on YouTube, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, hit the subscribe button. Hey there, Rick, how you doing? Thank you so much, Rick. I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And you don't want to miss what it is that we're doing. All right. You don't want to miss it. So look here, hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell. And then when you see the parentheses on either side, that's where you're in. You're in then because that means you'll get all the live notifications. All right. Anytime we go live, you'll get it. Now, if you want to stay connected with everything that we are doing, any and everything that we're doing, I need you to go ahead and text the word connect. All right. Text the word connect to 346-229-0322. That's the word connect to 346-229-0322. You're going to get a hyperlink. All right. When you text that to that number, you're going to get a hyperlink. And in that hyperlink, you're going to put your name and you're going to put your email. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to be connected to anything. You're just going to be floating out there. All right. With nothing. And then you're going to come back and then it's going to ask you what it is that you want to be notified of. We have intercessory prayer on Monday nights. We have Bible study on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. And we do a quarterly fast. We just wrapped up a fast today, just this morning. And we go live every morning during the fast for a daily devotional. You don't want to miss what it is that we're doing. And we have one big fast at the end of the year. So we're gearing up for that. And look, you don't want to miss it. So go ahead and get connected. All right. So look here. I pray you all are doing well, that everything is going fine for you. Like I said, my engineer, I said that I was going to tell on her, and I'm telling, she not here. She running behind. That's what she told me. She running behind. And she'll get here when she get here. And she done been paid. She has been paid nicely. And she just told me she gonna get here when she get here. So if you see me looking off to the side, it is because I have to hit the stuff myself. But I don't plan on being here before you long at all. I'm gonna get in and get out. I really don't plan on being here long. I just want to get a quick encouragement to the mothers out there. And this isn't just to the mothers that have bore children naturally, but I'm talking about the ones that bear them in their spirit. I'm talking about the ones that God has impregnated that look here, whatever you do, I need you to pray this thing out. I need you to pray for this person and you don't let them go until you see what it is that God has showed you about them. I'm talking to those people, those mothers on today, because there is a sacrifice that comes with being a mother. There is a sacrifice. She got things to do. You know what? You know what? I'm not fooling with you or my engineer today. I'm not fooling with you, Tashira. I'm not. I'm not fooling with you. But I'm talking to all those. All right. I've just come with a quick encouragement because I need you to understand. that what you are doing, the sacrifices that you make, they look like they're not being taken serious. They look like nobody's paying attention, but God sees it. He knows it. And you are going to be rewarded. You are going to be rewarded. I know you may not see it in what it is that you feel like you've been birthed, and you may not see it, you may not feel it, but it's the fact that you took on the assignment in the first place. It's the fact that you didn't chicken out and say, God, I can't do it. It's that piece that I want to speak to those today that have a sacrificial bone in their body, who says, this thing is bigger than me. God handpicked you to carry this burden, and you did not negate the plan. You did not negate the process. And so God is saying today, I see you, I recognize you, and I empathize with you, and you will be blessed. You will be blessed abundantly so. You will see it. So what I want to talk about first and foremost today, who I want to talk about first and foremost today is I want to talk about Miss Mary. Okay, Mary, Jesus' mother. That's who I want to talk about. Oh, look here. Look who the cat done drug in. My engineer is here. Now, y'all, she done came in. So I guess she here now. I can stop talking about her. Hey there, Trees. How you doing? I was telling y'all, Trees, the one day she get paid, she don't want to show up. She don't want to show up on time. She don't want to do her job. She just do what she want to do. Nevertheless, we gonna talk about what I came to talk about. I came to encourage the mothers, all right? Those that are standing in the gap, those who have borne the burden of birthing. And it might not be a natural birth, but those that have borne the burden of birthing. Hey there, Apostle. Thank you so much. Please tell Prophetess Camille I said the same to her. Blessings to you. Look, if you have ever been asked to do something and it took a sacrifice, if God has asked you to put aside your own stuff and to do what it is that he's calling you to, he's giving you the mentality. You're heading to Arima now. Well, blessings to you. May the fire of the Lord be upon you in Arima, and that place explodes in the mighty name of Jesus. You know what? $5. Check your Cash App, because you know what? I'm gonna change it to $5. Let me see if I can't take it back. And I bet you it'll be $5. I bet you it will be. You can't find good help. You just can't find good help these days, y'all. You can't. Nevertheless, let's get into this word, because I want to talk about Mary on today. Now, can I please get my scriptures up here? Can we go to Luke real quick? I just have this one verse in Luke. Thank you. Thank you so much, engineer. Thank you for showing up today. You know, I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you for showing up in the midst of all that you have to do, all the stuff that you're not getting paid to do, and you showed up for this. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we are met with Mary. This is Jesus's mother. All right. This is Jesus's mother, the same mother that he counted it not robbery to mention her, even at his hardest time in his life on the cross, sacrificing for the whole world. He thought it not robbery to mention her, to make sure that she was taken care of. The one that bore him into the earth, the one who took on the sacrifice of bearing him, the one that was being told as a young girl, very young girl, at the age of 12, 13 years old, that you are going to bear a child. But guess what? You are already betrothed, but you are going to be impregnated by the Spirit of the Lord. Now, being that she didn't understand the magnitude of what that meant, but her response to being asked to sacrifice, the sacrifice she didn't understand just yet. Her response is what I want to talk about today, because her response shows us something, that she has been marked as a mother by sacrifice. And so in Luke chapter 1, verse 38, it says, "And Mary said, Behold, the handmaid of the Lord, be it unto me according to your word. And the angel departed from her. Now, be it unto me according to your word." These are her words. This is how she decided to partner with God in what it is that he wanted to do in the earth. This is how she decided to part. Her sacrifice that was done in silence. It was done behind the scenes. Nobody was there to witness this sacrifice that she made. She didn't know that she was sacrificing maybe her whole life. Sacrificing her soon to be husband, sacrificing everything that she knew to be a part of her life, shunned in the community. She didn't understand the magnitude of that yes that she gave the Lord. She didn't understand it. But she knew that the Lord was asking her for something. And because she was a good handmaid, a good hand servant, a good servant of the Lord, she had a sacrificial yes. Her first answer was how? How can this be? No, seeing that I've never known a man. But the second response, before she could even think or ponder on it too long, was, be it unto me. You know how people nowadays, you'll say something and they say, oh, famous last words. Yeah, because they understand that what comes behind that answer could be turmoil. What comes behind that answer could be something so powerful that it could disrupt and uproot your life. It could end it in a moment, in a blink of an eye, it could be ended. But the sacrifice of a mother doesn't even think on it. The sacrifice of a mother shrinks back my own understanding of myself. My own identity shrinks back. What my ambitions and my dreams were shrink back for the process in which God has prepared me to do. Hey there, Miss Eugenia. It's the process or the thought pattern of a mother. Now, even when we talk about the sacrifice of a mother, even God acknowledges that the sacrifice of a mother is so big that he has to put himself in a place where he compares his restoration of Israel to that of a mother. Hello there, Miss Christine. How are you doing? Blessings to you today. And so in Isaiah chapter 66, verse 13, because he had been telling them so much stuff, but now he gets to the point where he's telling them, I'm getting ready to restore you. I'm getting ready to bring you into this place, right? And so he says, as one whom his mother comforts, all right? So will I comfort you, and you shall be comforted in Jerusalem. He's telling Israel, just like somebody who is comforted by their mother. See, God did not use some random thing. He didn't use some random object, some random animal. He used a mother because he understands the bond between a mother and a child, a mother and her assignment, because that's what it becomes. Now, the fact that God says, I have to compare this response that I have, this love, this encampment that I'm going to have for Israel to that of a mother, means this is big. This is big. He's telling them, I'm getting ready to bring you out of something, and then I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you like a mother. Hey there, Amber. How you doing? I'm going to take care of you like a mother. That's not slighting anything. That goes to show how deep a mother's love is, how deep a mother's sacrifice is, how deep her commitment is. Which brings me to the deep sea octopus. Y'all know I be doing my little research on stuff. And the deep sea octopus is what came to me. A deep sea octopus, and you can look it up for yourself, but a deep sea octopus, she mates, and then when she spawns, she has the children, she has all the eggs. When she has all the eggs, that's when something in her mind, her optical something, begins to flip. And instead of her being in predator mode or hunting and survival mode, it flips in her brain, and then it begins to do something different. It begins to protect. The whole thing, once those eggs are hatched, her whole understanding of life flips. She's no longer in hunting and survival mode. She now flips over to the one that stays. She does not leave those eggs. Wherever she spawns them, she stays right there. She does not leave that area. As a matter of fact, she doesn't leave, so much so that she doesn't eat. The ability for her to hunt and eat or survive, period, turns off in her mind. She stays in place. So much so, she begins to shrink because of the lack of nutrition. But she begins to feed off of the inner workings of what she's already hunted for. She begins to feed off of her own body. So she becomes pale and her body visibly shrinks. So this big octopus begins to shrink into this little something. But she will not leave those eggs until they hatch. Some have rated that she stays there. Come on, she stays in place. She don't move. She doesn't respond to her circumstances. All her whole life has been built for this moment. Her whole life has been built to protect those eggs. And she stays. They have recorded that on one occasion, one stayed for 4.5 years. She sat there, not eating, not doing anything but protecting mode. That's it. In straight protection mode. Now, I don't want to tell you that this is what we're supposed to do. You just don't leave your kids. You don't do this. You don't do that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is just like that octopus, it's the survival mechanism that shifts and it changes. So it's no longer about you. I'll get by. It's no longer about the fact that, look, I got things I got to do. It's no longer about that. See, there are some of us that are still learning how to be a mother. We've been thrust into this position and we're still learning. And it's okay. You got a little bit of time to learn this thing. You got time to learn that it's no longer about you. Something in you should have shifted from survival and hunting mode to protection mode. And so she stays in that position. A true mother is going to be in the position, hey there, Robin, is going to be in a position to where she is going to stay the course. She's staying in prayer. She's staying in posture and position. She sacrifices everything that she could even possibly understand to be herself for these children or for what it is that God has put in her to birth into this earth. We begin to look at even the life of Anna, who was a widow woman, and it doesn't talk about her being a mother, but she had the mother instincts. She stayed the course. She stayed in the temple. She had a life of fasting, and she did not let go of whatever it is that God had her interceding for until she saw it come to pass, until she saw the face of the Most High God, until she saw the face of Jesus Christ himself as a baby coming to the temple. She couldn't let go of what it is that God had her to do. That is the sacrifice of a mother. She sacrificed her whole life in the temple until she seen the birthing of what it is that God put on the inside of her. I'm talking about those who don't get the outward accolades. Those who don't get it, they slave all day and all night to cook. And people come home and say, I ain't hungry. I don't want that. They clean and they cook. They pray and they intercede. They work long, strenuous hours to make sure there's a roof over your head. They work long, strenuous hours to make sure that prayer is protecting you. They make sure that there's something about you that stands out and is different from the rest of them. Because there's a sacrifice of a mother. Look here, I can't tell you that there was a day that I went hungry under the leadership and under the sacrifice of my mother. Not one day. It was tight, but not one day. Not one day did my stomach growl because I had nothing. Not one day did my mother say, I can't. Because she couldn't. Where there's a will, there's a way. I've seen this woman labor, intense labor for me and my sister. I've seen her on her knees. I've heard her praying from I've seen her sacrifice her days all day working, and then it's going to school all day, working all night, coming home, having to do homework and start the whole thing all over again. The sacrifices were made. She didn't get to go to no games. She didn't get to go to the track meets. But when I tell you the sacrifice that she's made, me and my sister don't take it for granted. We don't take it for granted. There is nothing that she can even ask for or think of that we're not trying to make happen for her because of the sacrifice of a mother. Look here. A lot of your children, and I'm talking to some mothers right now who may not be connected with their children. I'm talking to some people who have prayed some folks through. Prayed some folks. You may not have bored them naturally, but you done prayed some folks through. I'm talking to y'all right now. The ones where your kids aren't acknowledging you. The ones where it seems like everything that you sacrifice is in vain. I'm talking to you right now. And I'm telling you, they might not see it. They might not have seen the sacrifice. They might not see the shrinking back that you had to do in order for them to survive. They may not have seen the sacrifice of your life. You not going to school. You not working the job that you know you could work. I'm talking to some people right now who have borne sacrifice and have nothing to look forward to. I'm telling you, they will know. They'll see it and they'll have to come back and say, Mama, I apologize. Now I see the sacrifice that you've made. And if you never hear it from their mouths, know that the Lord on high has already said your labor is not in vain. What he's purposed you to do, it was never in vain. Never was it in vain. Not one time you turned over your plate because there wasn't enough for you and the children would be in vain. Not one time you worked late and your body was rocking with pain. Not one time did God overlook it. Not one time. The children and what you bore into this earth may never acknowledge your name. But what you have born into this earth causes a ripple effect. We look at Hannah, Samuel. She prayed him through, prayed until she saw the manifestation and then turned around and gave him back to God. The sacrifice of a mother. It's something we don't talk about enough, but I've just come by to encourage you that if nobody else tells you on today, you are thought about. If nobody else tells you on today, you are somebody's superhero. If nobody else tells you on today, there is something about your life that had to be. In order for a lot of the things that people see, in order for them to be who they are, you had to be. And I applaud you on today. I applaud you. I thank God for your sacrifice. I thank God you didn't give up. I thank God that you didn't get weary in well-doing. I thank God that you stayed the course and saw it through. And some of you are still seeing through the process. I'm still seeing through the process. Because until the day I close my eyes, there's a sacrifice needed. Mothers are marked by sacrifice. If there's no sacrifice, what are we doing? Let me tell you something. It's worth it. It's worth it. Because when it's all said and done, you will hear him say, well done. It's worth it. It don't feel like it on this side sometimes, but it's worth it. You might get chastised and talked about, but it's worth it. You might be misunderstood, but it's worth it. I've just come to encourage y'all today. And excuse me if I'm getting a little emotional, because I can only understand this from a view of a mother. And I'm understanding it from the viewpoint of a child that benefits from many mothers. Yeah. Somebody had to pray me through. Somebody sacrificed, and they still sacrificing to get me even to this point, and I'm not even done yet. God's not even done with me, but there's a sacrifice being made right now, even for the process that I'm in. And I thank God for those that have taken up the mantle to pray me through, to birth me into who and what God has called me to. And look here, it is well. It is well. The sacrifice that Mary made, that she didn't even know she was making, had a lasting impression on the whole of the world. When Jesus Christ was born into this world, the world could take a sigh of relief. With the birthing of this one, the sacrifice of this little girl, for this one, we're able to say, Lord, I thank you. With the birthing and the sacrifice, be it unto me, the sacrifice of a yes from a little girl, gave us our Lord and Savior. The reason that we can just come and say, Lord, forgive me. And he does. The once and for all sacrifice came from a be it unto me. Look here. It's the sacrifice of a mother that got you here. Yeah, your life probably wasn't perfect, but it was the sacrifice of a mother that got you here. It's the sacrifice of a mother that's keeping you here. And it may not have been the one that bore you into this earth, but it could be the one that God has painstakingly appointed to just pray you through. So when you get a chance, tell somebody, anybody, that you know is birthing, happy Mother's Day. It shouldn't even be one day out of the year. It should be an everyday thing. Happy Mother's Day. Every day. The sacrifice, the way that they shrink so that we can become big, so that we can just be birthed out, the way that they shrink, the way that they sacrifice, that goes unspoken. It should be studied. Look here. That's all that I have. I pray that something has blessed you. If you don't do anything else, I need you to share this with somebody, because if this has blessed you, let it be a blessing to somebody else. I need you to just sow a seed today. Sow a seed of just being able to give this to somebody else. So hit the share button, share it with somebody. Hit the share button again, share it with somebody. Because every time you hit the share button, that is fixing the algorithm. It makes it to where these videos are coming more often. All right. More people can see us. And your timeline will be fixed. You're not seeing random stuff anymore. You're asking, how did I get here? Look here. Remnant Mentality Ministries, we are live every day. You don't want to miss what it is that God is doing. He is doing such great work. We have people that go live every day. You don't want to miss it. They'll tell you what time. They'll tell you what day. I am here every Sunday between 2:30 and 3. I hit that go live button and I'm right here with you. All right? So look here. Until next time, my name is Angela Hendricks. I'm the senior leader here at Remnant Mentality Ministries. Bye.